It should be good. All right.
And we're live.
Do you want to? Oh, or is that how we're gonna? Oh, we could just start it like that.
We could. I mean, hey, we can do whatever we want.
Here we go. Welcome back to the Briones Pickleball Podcast. We have a very special guest today.
We do.
All the way from Georgia.
Yeah.
That's the Arizona way to say it.
Georgia.
Because I don't have that accent.
Georgia.
Yeah. All the way from Georgia, Phillip Phillips.
Yeah, man. Appreciate you having me, dude.
Cool.
Good to be here.
A little applause there. I know you can't hear that, but all right. Dude. All right. So, Phillip, it's good to have you here.
Yeah, man. Good to be here. Appreciate you letting me out here and hitting with me a little bit and making me look bad.
Yeah. No.
It's always nice. My wife would love that.
Jordan usually makes people look bad, so don't feel too bad about it.
Dude, actually, he had a really good game. I know you just got in, but yeah, we did some drilling. We did some work on his game a little bit.
Yeah.
You know?
I can't lie. I've actually heard good things about your pickleball game.
Oh, I don't know. We'll see. Depends on the day, you know. But, yeah, been really busy, which is a good thing. I need to be busy and not play as much pickleball, but I miss playing a lot of pickleball. But I try to find it on the road. It's a little tough to find good games on the road, but I found probably 2 or 3 the past 4 months of being on the road. And so, yeah, it's always nice when I can get with someone really competitive and, like, you know, pushes me. So, yeah, this is nice to be out here today. And so, yeah, I suck a little bit now.
No, dude.
We got to get you playing a little bit more pickleball, even on the road. Even on the road, there's pickleball everywhere.
Yeah, so I'll find games, but it's mostly beginners. Like it's an open play you're trying to find, and then the really, you know, the good players kind of have their own crew, and which is totally, you know, understandable. But so I'll go hit with a lot of beginners, and then sometimes people will be like, "Are you that guy?" I'm like, "Yeah,
singer guy?
Maybe. I don't know." And then yeah, it's all good though. It's
Cool,
we end up having a good time.
Awesome. Well, those of you watching and listening, if you don't know who this is Phillip Phillips, and he is what season of American Idol did you win?
Season 11, I think it was. Yeah, this has been like 11-ish years ago. So yeah, long time.
Right.
Yeah,
Actually,
long time
I don't know if I've told you this, but I'm an avid American Idol watcher.
Oh yeah.
Well, so I used to watch it with my family.
Okay.
So growing up,
we all did, dude.
Oh, of course, you know. But my family loves music, loves singing. My parents actually forced me to sing growing up.
Oh, nice. Sing us something real quick.
Happy birthday. But so we would record American Idol on
TiVo.
TV. Yeah, we had DirecTV, so we would just
All right.
whatever it was, but we would record it and watch it together as a family. And
That's
actually,
awesome,
I
dude.
remember specifically wating you win American Idol.
Dang,
So
yeah.
to actually
was
meet you in
crying.
person, like it's
Yeah.
like such an
Are you-
honor.
are you
You
gonna-
know,
Oh, yeah.
shake your hand, like
Are you gonna tell him who you actually were rooting for though?
no.
Oh my gosh, you're rooting against me.
Can I say really
Jessica?
quickly? No, not Jessica.
Oh.
No, not Jessica.
Not
Actually,
Jessica.
my whole family really liked Adam.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
But,
yeah. Adam's great. Yeah,
So, and to be fair, my family like despises country music.
yeah.
So it's hard to root for you. But now that
Well, I don't.
you know-
So that's a lot of people like. So I'm not really country. A lot of people because I talk so country.
So what are you, man?
Yeah. So it's a very eclectic. I think.
I'd say it's a mixture of
yeah,
like,
it's like
you know?
I talk real
Yeah.
country, and then people are like, "You sing country music?" I'm like, "No, not really." It's just I say singer songwriter,
Yeah.
jam, funk, rock, pop stuff. So
Yeah.
technically, I guess when you look under the iTunes charts, it says pop. But
Interesting.
you know, it's
How often do you
as
check
long-
that?
No, I don't ever check
Oh,
it.
no,
Yeah,
okay.
my team and my wife checks it, and then my wife will say, "Oh, you had a little good spike on this song this week." I'm like, "Don't tell me. I don't want to know."
Did you have a good spike on like the song "Home"? Like maybe like a week and a half ago? 'Cause
Yeah,
that might have been me.
Yeah. In Phoenix, Arizona. No, it's you know, it's you know. But it's you know it's cool. And you say you watched American Idol. I never used to watch it.
Really?
And then my mom and dad would watch it. Mostly my mom, and she loved it. And then he got into it. And then I just never it was never my thing. I used to just play gigs, you know, at bars or restaurants or little local festivals or fraternity parties, whatever it was.
Yeah.
And they just said, "Hey, there's some tryouts like 6 hours away. We'll pay your gas money and go try out." Where I was like, I don't really want to be embarrassed in front of people
On
you know,
live
like that,
television,
you know.
yeah.
But I was like, all right, I'll do it. Give me
Especially
the
with
gas
Simon
money.
in those days,
and
man.
it was so it was. We went. Me and my sister and brother-in-law went and waited in this line in this arena for like 8 hours, 9 hours, and somehow made it through the first 2 or 3 auditions. You got to go through like 3
I bet.
before you go in front of like, Jennifer Lopez and all that. And then, somehow I just kept getting lucky, man. So just kind of kept my head down and tried to stay focused, so
better to be lucky than good,
That's really crazy, man. You know what's funny? Because I have heard of your songs, but I didn't really know. I just don't listen to a ton of music all the time.
Yeah.
But Caden,
I'm a big avid.
You got to change him a little bit over here.
I'm working on it, man.
But I've heard your music just in coffee shops and things like that. So, but what's really funny is I used to watch American Idol with my parents, just like Caden, and we're the same age, by the way.
Yeah.
You guys are 33.
Yeah, we're both 33.
Yeah.
So.
Shoot.
But
I was 11 when I watched your.
Oh man, don't tell me that. If people have been, I
was a little
for all of
kid.
you watching, I'm on the road right now. I'm not sure when this will air. I might be off the road by that time. I'm not sure, but I've been meeting a lot of amazing people that come out to the shows, and I like talking with the fans, and I'm easygoing, and they're just like, man, I was watching you since I was 7. Oh my gosh,
that was me, basically.
I'm like, oh man, like stop telling. Now I'm 80. I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm getting old.
I was probably the size of this mic when I was watching your season. I'm not kidding.
But it's cool, man. I'm like, so it still makes me feel very grateful. Like, oh man, you're still, sometimes I forget for sure that. Maybe I'm a part of people's lives when they're growing up, or a special memory, and I kind of, I'm just living I have my own little family, and that's always my focus. And I love music, but I make music. It's always selfish, it's for me. It's because, when I write a song, it's not for anybody else. It's just for me and whatever I'm going through. So sometimes you forget when, sometimes I forget when people come up to me, oh man, your song, me and my grandpa listen to this, and then blah, 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 or me and my family, you helped us, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh my gosh. And sometimes it gets heavy, and I'm like, oh my gosh,
You're gonna make me cry
I'm like,
now.
oh man, so it's really cool, dude. Very, very thankful, very grateful.
That's
so,
cool, man.
Yeah.
So do most artists, because I'm not a songwriter, but what do most people write? Do you think that in your industry write songs for people, or is it mainly about?
I think there's a combination. Yeah, I mean, there's always there's people that have songs written for them, and that's worked for them, and but for me, it's like if I don't write it, it's unless you're gonna cover a song or something, it's different, but. For me, that would feel like covering a song. If somebody here's a song to sing, I wouldn't. I just would know what to do because I don't have anything personal. I don't have a personal connection to it. But that still happens to this day, and people find success. Sometimes that's what some artists might need that are really incredible singers, but maybe they don't like to write songs. Maybe they just want to sing, and I'm not the most incredible singer, so I have to write songs to help me sound okay.
No, man, they're catchy, man. They're catchy.
I like your songs, so.
Oh, thanks, dude. I appreciate it.
That's just me, though. I mean, like I said, I'm not a country listener.
Yeah.
I'm not really like you
pop,
said, you're not. Your songs are not like.
country.
I know, but like if I played if I played your song in the car with my dad, he'd be like, "Why are we listening to country right now?"
Yeah, just say, "Dad, chill, man.
Relax,
listen.
man. It's just
Relax.
a good song,
Yeah.
But like, I mean, that being said, like, as a kid, like. I always saw you as like a country singer, even though you don't identify maybe as one. But I country is not something I fully listen to. So like, if I were to put your music in some sort of type of category for myself, I'd probably lean it more towards country, even though maybe it's not.
Okay.
But I still love it.
Okay, I appreciate it. I'll take that as a
but I still love it, which
as
means
long as you love it.
it's,
that's what I tell people.
It's good.
As long as you like it. Yeah. I'll be whatever you want me to be.
Like,
He's a rapper.
Like
He's a rapper.
Sure, as long as you
rap some R&B songs.
As long as you listen to it, and I'll be whatever you want.
Rap.
Yeah.
That's cool, man.
Oh man.
So you're here because you contacted me.
Yeah.
Right? And or I don't know. Tell me why. How did we?
Yeah. So I used to watch your. I told you a little earlier, but I used to watch your videos when I started like 4 years ago. And then, you had some different videos on YouTube then, and then now you have your own channel, which is awesome, and still keep up with you. And just, it's like, and I remember in one video you said you had moved out here. I said, well, I'm coming through there. Maybe I can meet up with him and hit some balls. And glad it it happened, man. Yeah, it's like
thanks, man.
so now I kind of grew up with you as well,
Part of the channel.
Were you 7 years old?
I was like 8 years old, man, watching your YouTube videos, man. So yeah, I just really cool, man. I wanted to reach out and so I appreciate you letting me come out here and hit a little bit. And,
man, he's a good player. Maybe we'll we recorded some stuff, so we may or may not post it. We'll see.
Yeah. Only the good parts.
Yeah. So, you know what's crazy is Jordan actually like a couple weeks ago was like, oh hey, like there's this singer who's like coming out to Arizona, and like he's gonna do like a little lesson with me and whatnot, and I'm gonna try and hopefully get him on the pod, but like he won American Idol, and that's all he said, and I was like, is it Phillip Phillips? And he was like, yeah. Do you know him? And I was like,
Kelly Clarkson.
Yeah. I didn't expect that. But the only reason why like I knew that is because, well, one, American Idol, but two, it was maybe it was last year. Did you play PPA Atlanta?
Was it last year that I played?
It was like a year or
it was
maybe
a couple
2
years ago. It might be 2 years ago. I think I was going to try and play last year, but I think I had shows and just didn't work out.
But I didn't play that one last year either.
Yeah, I played that one a couple of times.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I saw that one time.
APP one once.
Okay.
Twice. I can't remember. But we won the gold in nationals 4.5. Me and my partner, and I couldn't go, and I had shows, and he was.
Oh no.
Wait, you won gold at nationals?
Yeah, for 4. No. We had won the ticket to go, the golden ticket to go.
Yeah, because APP Atlanta gives out a golden ticket.
Yeah, and that was a great tournament. It was ran really well.
So you won you won a 4 or 5 gold.
Yeah.
Recently.
That was like a year ago.
Oh, wow.
That basically makes you a pro.
No.
That's how most people see it.
Yeah, no, and that's the thing. So I would used to play singles as well when I first started. I'll still play singles with some guys back at home just to kind of get a good sweat, Mm-hmm. But there's this one kid, Isaac. If he ever watches this, he's so good, and his dad, David Burkles. They're really good, and so we'll play, get some sweats going. But man, I played. I got like silver in a 4.0 several years ago, and I was like, I'd been playing a lot. I felt good. Then the 4.5 for the next year came. It was at the APP. I was like, I'll just show up and play it. It'll be good.
Yeah.
Whatever.
The first match, man, I was like just huffing and puffing, like, no, I can't do it again. So I'll just do that for fun. But it's just fun, man. I just love playing, and people are usually, especially traveling a lot. If I find places to play, most of the time people are really cool, and I just. I'll say balls are in, even if they're like 6 inches out, just because I don't want to have any troubles.
Whatever.
And then I'm usually I'm just kind of keep reserved and take it easy with and sometimes people are more loose than others, and so I just try to play wherever I can.
Cool, man.
That's so cool.
How did you get into pickleball?
Man, so I started to play a little tennis like a couple of months before that. Just took a couple lessons and it was hard to find really anybody to play with too. And
your coach was like, "Hey, you're not so cut out for tennis. Maybe pickleball."
Yeah, well, no, he was wanting me to keep playing, but it was just nobody my age. I couldn't find anybody to play with, and plus my schedule's so different. Like I'm home during the day, nobody can play during the day, and then another friend of ours invited me to come play pickleball, and I just got hooked, man. I used to play a little ping pong back in the day, and so that kind of was like, oh man, this is freaking awesome. So we started off in a gymnasium, and then I played a gymnasium last week. I think it was in Kansas or a week before last.
It was
whatever
bad,
it was.
huh?
Yeah, it sucks.
Oh man, I hadn't played it in a while, and I was just struggling. There's this one he was a pretty good player, and he was, I just was playing so bad, and just totally different, Yeah. And so now I just I don't like to play indoors. That's how it started. So it's super fun. We were all just learning and again, man, I would just go home and just watch your videos. Like, all right, doing this. I probably still have the notes on my phone from like making notes of like what I need to do and all that. My wife makes fun of me whenever, like, I love photography as well.
Oh.
And she found some notes, like, because we'll share notes like for groceries or something. So she was looking at something and it popped up, said photography notes when I was learning it through COVID. I was like, oh, I want to do this for a certain type of shot. She's like, oh my gosh, you take notes. That's so cute. I was like, come on, give me a kiss, girl.
What's your wife's name?
Hannah.
Hannah. She can make fun of you for the photography. She cannot make fun of you.
Yeah, I know, right?
Okay,
Yeah, got to make notes. But she said something
make
sweet. She
that
said something
clear.
sweet. She said, oh, that's why, that's really cute, and like that's might be why you become okay at some things, So
Yeah, that's awesome.
nice.
That's
Right.
Yeah.
Did
Are
you get
you
your
married?
kids? Oh, okay. Heck no, I'm not married.
How old are you?
I'm 22.
22. Oh my
He's a
god.
baby.
Don't worry, I'm turning 23 in January 5th specifically, so it's coming up.
Single, huh?
Single.
Single ladies, if you're watching this, all ages, 18 or older.
Don't even
18 or older. Sure. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, don't email us. Find his Instagram or something.
That's fair. Yeah, that's
awesome.
fair. Don't email Briones Pickleball for that, please.
So you're playing a lot though right now.
Playing
right?
a ton. Yeah.
Nice.
So I'm playing on the tour full time. Actually have nationals coming up next
Which
week.
tour?
Both.
Oh,
Both.
cool.
Yeah,
Nice.
I didn't sign with PPA.
Yeah.
I mean, I wasn't given an option, but I mean, for me this year, I really wanted to just kind of play as much as I could. And like I was telling you kind of earlier, like last year I was just so busy with work that like I wasn't really able to practice, train, or, play tournaments. And the couple tournaments that I did play, I would do fairly well in.
Yeah.
But I also felt like I was just like a step behind all of the top guys. So for this year, I mean, I really told myself like, hey, like I need to train, and for good reason, because now, I mean, the competition's even harder.
Yeah.
So, I can't just go to a tournament and say, hey, my first round's going to be a walk in the park. And then by the second round or third round, I'm playing someone that, has name recognition. Everybody's good nowadays.
Yeah,
so,
dude.
I mean, playing on the tour is wild. Like I'm playing Tuesday night pickleball next week on Tuesday. As soon as my match is done, I'm going to the airport and I'm flying to Texas. So get in at 1 in the morning. It's nationals. They moved nationals to Texas.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's where I'm playing the show at.
He's
What?
He's
Yeah.
playing a show in the.
So you'll be there. So I have to see it.
Nationals?
It's literally inside there.
Another
yeah.
show.
Yeah.
I'm going twice.
Yeah, come on, dude. Yeah. So
Where are you going to be in Texas?
So we're obviously playing Phoenix tonight, and
Yeah.
then we go to New Mexico, and then we go. I think the next show might be Houston, and then Austin, and then Dallas on Friday for the pickleball, and then
dude, he
New Orleans.
Wait,
on
for the
Saturday.
pickleball? What do you mean for the
Playing at the National Pickleball
Tournament.
the tournament. Yeah,
on Friday?
yeah, at 8 p.m. Yeah.
So is it like you don't have to buy tickets, or is it just like
I think
people
you
walking
can. Some
around
people
and
can buy tickets just for the concert,
Oh,
and
I
then. But I think if you have a ticket or playing, I
nice.
think you. I mean, you double check, but I just show up and play. But
I'm gonna show up and they're gonna be like, no pickleball players, please.
yeah, no, you should be good.
That's wild.
But yeah, so playing that, so yeah, that'll be a lot of fun, man.
Are you playing at all or no?
I'm sure I'll try to find some pickup
There you
games.
go,
just to,
let's
like,
go.
But yeah, so if you're right, but you'll be focused. So I don't want to get anybody.
Sorry, I play on Wednesday. I start on Wednesday, so
Okay.
you know,
find a pickup game.
I can find
You
a
can find
couple
some
pickup games for
Okay,
us. Don't
okay.
you worry. Don't you
Yeah,
worry.
yeah.
No, we'll
So,
make
yeah,
that
that'll be
work.
fun, man. That'll be a good time, and then New Orleans on Saturday, and then I get to go home for about
Dang, dude.
5 to 6 days, and then
It's crazy, dude. He was in he played last night a show. You said you were in San Diego last
San
night.
Diego last night.
crazy.
We were in
yeah.
San Diego last night.
That's crazy.
Yeah, that was a
Holy
fun show.
smokes.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I mean, I love San Diego,
It's
so.
so good. This is beautiful and it's clean and great food and got some good ice cream, and it was it was so good.
No,
yeah.
anything you want in San Diego, you're finding.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah,
If I could move to I've told Jordan this. If I could move to San Diego,
it's just so expensive, right?
yeah. That's about the only thing
luck.
that's holding me back.
Good luck. Good
you
luck.
know, I mean, I'm from San Francisco, and San Diego.
I love
is,
San Francisco. Man.
Oh,
I haven't
man.
been to San Francisco in a while, but
It's a little dirty right now, but
yeah, but there's some it's just a cool.
a lot of good food.
Yeah, we used
You
to. Yeah,
know?
my buddy used to. Yeah, he used to play on the team there and baseball team, and so yeah, we'd go.
Oh, really?
and have a good time. Yeah, yeah.
My mom's actually out visiting me right now from San Francisco.
Oh, nice.
And she's like, everything is so clean here.
yeah.
We went to Whole Foods, and she was like, oh my God.
I haven't been to Phoenix in a while,
eat off
man.
this floor.
I can't remember the last time I was here. Actually, it must have been 2018, maybe. I don't know.
Damn.
Yeah, it's been a while, so it's good to be back. Yeah.
You came at the perfect time.
No, right? I
Yeah,
thought it was going to be
weather's
like
nice.
super hot right
yeah,
now, but it's
a little bit
perfect.
cooler. It's
It's dialing back.
absolutely perfect.
It's dialing back, so it's
Yeah,
really
For
nice.
sure, dude.
No.
100%.
So how much are you playing, or how do you balance the tour stuff? I guess or your tour, right? Music tour with like pickleball
not the
stuff.
pickleball tour.
Yeah, man. So we would usually, like last year, I did like a little smaller tour, and I took out a net and some paddles, and I would try to play with the band. But also, I tried to find my own game. Yeah, try to find my own games. And but right now it's kind of like a weird time. So unless you're in the certain parts of the country, like we were just in Denver, and the high was 12, and the wind chill was like 8, and snow everywhere. Hard to find anywhere to play. But but then some cities, you can find them. It just depends on the weather. But I'd say within a week. I'm trying to play every day, but
let's go.
The most of the time, I'm only finding places to play maybe a couple of times a week. It's just kind of
crazy.
Yeah, and I'll have all these numbers on the app that I'm trying to like call. Hey, can you?
So what are you using right now? Like
I use the places to play at.
Okay,
that's what I use.
Does that work pretty well?
Oh, the pickle play
It's just
app?
called Places to Play.
Really?
Yeah. Places number 2, I think, to play. But
okay.
yeah, I mean, it's pretty good for the most part. I enjoy using that one. I've tried a couple of the other ones, but I can't really.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't.
Or do you just go on Facebook, or like what's the easiest?
You could go
way
on
to find-
Facebook, actually. I think
a lot of people have said that, but I feel weird. Like I don't know. I don't know.
The groups. Like let's say you're
go on
going
like Pickleball Forum or something.
I need to do
Yeah,
that.
Yeah.
Just the forum. Yeah,
Go on Pickleball Forum and just be like, hey, in town for a week,
people would-
looking
That's on
for
Facebook?
some.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I
I need to do that. I need to check
You don't
that
know
out.
what Facebook is?
I do. Yeah, I just don't get on it too often to like
That's fair. That's fair.
So I need to check that out because sometimes I'm just like sitting there all day just walking.
Just hitting against the wall.
Yeah.
Doing some wall
Dude, I would
drills.
do that. I did that last year. I forgot to bring a ball for this one, but yeah. I try to play as much as I can, man. I love it. It's just and I just just to be active too. Like me and some of the band guys, if I can't play pickleball, we'll just race. And
As in just like
run, and then
Wow, you're that bored, huh? Like,
me and my drummer specifically, we're pretty competitive with each other, and in a healthy way, and do push-ups or all kinds of stuff, and I'm it's just.
I kind of want to be there for that.
The days are long, man. It's
I do that with my cousin.
long days when you're a part of a circus. Yeah. So it's the days it can stretch out, and then finally when it's showtime, you start to get a little tired. You're like, oh man, and then you walk out.
I shouldn't have ran all those laps.
Yeah, I know, right? Yeah, but it's a good time. It's a good time.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Growing up, would you say you played like a good amount of sports and did music, or was it kind of like one or the other?
So I started playing baseball when I was 4.
Hell yeah.
And
Let's go.
And and I played all the way up to 15, up to high school. And but also that's when I picked up the guitars like 14 and a half. So I started really getting out of baseball pretty quick.
Yeah. Damn, you started music at 14?
Yeah.
late.
That is
It's
late.
pretty late compared to a lot of people. And I just fell in love with it like immediately. And so I was going through the high school tryouts, and a friend of mine that had went to our school, he was like 4 or 5 years older than me. He played for the Giants, Buster Posey. We went to the same high school.
I know that guy.
And he's an awesome player, good guy. His family's just good people. And so when he graduated.
And I'm sorry, did you say awesome player? That guy's a Hall of Fame player.
Yeah, so I remember what he did at our school, and then he went to FSU, all that. He just like changed the whole game for baseball there. So you had to be very, very good.
Wow.
and then I was just, I was a good player, but I just was getting out of it. I just didn't care about it anymore. I was never like I would have never been a college athlete with it or anything like that, but it was just really fun. I just always had that competitive nature, and then didn't really do anything until pickleball like 4 years ago. Like I had that competitive, like actual a sport. I'm kind of competitive with music when I'm playing live, especially if there's other bands, and
Right.
But it's just a totally different type of competitive nature with that. So
wild.
So it's fun to just move around but yeah, just baseball really, and like I said, a little ping pong at parties when I was in high school, but that was about it. Yeah.
So just to put this out there. So I'm born and raised in San Francisco, diehard Giants fan, diehard Warriors, Niners, all those teams. I was 7. I was 11 when I watched your season.
A lot of things happened when you were 7. No, I'm just kidding.
I know. But in 2010, 2012,
Yeah.
and 2014, when I was living in San Francisco,
Big times there.
your boy Buster was
He was the man, dude. He was the face of the city.
Exactly.
Yeah, he's
And
he's
so-
a good dude too, and just one of the best guys.
That's awesome. So
he
you
and his family.
basically grew up with him.
Yeah, knew his family, his sister, who we had taken classes together, Sam, and she's awesome, and their whole family's just great, and Buster's a really good guy, and and he's just he's It was. I loved. My wife and I love that park too. That's why we love San Francisco. It's just cool.
That's awesome.
There's a place down from the stadium. I forgot the name of it, but there's this little Mexican joint, hole in the wall place.
Yeah.
You walk in there.
You know which one?
I can't remember the name, and they had this delicious hot sauce, and she just, you know how it is with couples, you know, what do you want to eat? I don't know, what do you want to eat? And he's like, and then finally she just chose, like, we're going here. I'm like, all right, cool, and it was so good. I gotta look it up.
A lot of good little Mexican dive places in San Francisco, man. There's so much good Mexican food. It's ridiculous.
Absolutely.
That's why. Will you let them know that, like, I think I've probably cried once in the last 6 or 7 years, and the one time that I cried, I was on the freeway and I got the notification that Buster was retiring.
Oh yeah.
Did you cry?
Oh, I was heartbroken.
Really?
Oh man.
I was playing like happy music just on the freeway, and I went to like full silence in the car, full depression.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It was after his
intense,
2021 season, man. We just won 107 games, had a all-star year, and next you know, he just hung up the cleats, and I was just
Yeah, he's a good guy, man. Yeah, he deserved it, and he's got a good, he's got like 4 kids too.
Yeah.
Just wanted to be, I think he wanted to be home a little more. And
for sure. Is he living in Georgia now?
I think so.
Okay.
I think they still might come back and forth, but just good family. Yeah.
Awesome, man.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah, dude.
That's so
Giants,
cool. That's
man.
literally like I was the complete opposite of you.
So you're talking about like baseball.
Yeah.
First time I ever did the national anthem. I hate doing the national anthem.
I don't blame you.
So the only reason I'll do it is if it's like really like they're gonna like, all right. So this is the case. First time I ever did it, it was like game 2 or game 3. I can't remember the World Series.
What year?
2012.
Oh, really?
Oh,
okay.
wow.
And,
Let's go. We were playing Detroit.
Yeah, and was it?
2012 was Detroit.
Was it
2010 was Texas. 2014 was Kansas City.
Okay. So the Detroit, and so it was, and they said, hey, I'm not going to do the national anthem. My manager asked me. I said no. He said, hold on one second. He came back to me. He said, all right, they're going to play your music out of every other commercial. They're going to talk about it. All this. It's like something you couldn't like turn.
Yeah, right.
Stupid to turn down.
Wow.
And I was like, all right, I'll do it. And I did it. And if you ever go back and watch it, man, my voice is just shaking. And so Buster was there, and that was the first time I got to actually meet him, and it was just cool. And then also, I've never mind, he wasn't there but so yeah, it was cool that we were from the same town, same high school, and all that.
Yeah.
And but I was absolutely terrified, man. And then they won that game. They said, "Hey, will you come back and do the next game?" I'm like, "No, I can't do it, man. I can't do it."
That's
But I actually did a few more World Series games, and then but I hate it, dude. I hate the national anthem. You don't want to get talked about unless you're Chris Stapleton.
I mean, my mom tells me all the time. She's like, when you go play tournaments, like, you should offer to like sing the national anthem like before the tournament day. And I'm like, okay, Mom, yeah, cool.
Yeah,
never once done it.
Yeah,
never once done it.
I play with my guitar, and I didn't realize until one day I'd already done the national anthem like handful of times, and then we were in like Vail, Colorado. I was playing a gig that night. And then Tiger Woods had some kind of event going on. He wasn't there.
Oh,
his team. I guess they knew I was there. They said, "Hey, will you come do the national anthem?" I said, "Yeah, I'll come do it. If you have a teleprompter, I can see the lyrics from."
yeah.
And they came back and said, "Yeah, we'll have it ready for you." I'm like, dang it, I could have been asking for this the whole time. And so now anytime I'll do it, I'll just get a teleprompter. I know the words, but when you're the only person out of like 60,000 people making noise,
exactly,
it's terrifying.
Yeah. And imagine like you mess up one word.
Oh man,
like everyone's
I'll
like,
get sucked in deep about those videos.
It's not patriotic, you know?
Yeah, I'll
like,
get sucked into the deep with those videos of people messing up all the
yeah.
time. So
you don't want to be on the same compilation as Fergie when she did the All-Star national anthem for the NBA All-Star game.
Speaking of being nervous, do you get nervous at shows now, like ever? And how,
I still
how is
get
that
nervous.
different than like maybe playing tournaments or pickleball? And
It's
stuff?
weird, man. I get nervous playing tournaments too, because but
so funny.
I get it's more of a nervous excitement, especially with music. 'Cause,
Yeah.
you just you don't know what to expect. Every crowd is different. Sometimes I have more listening crowds that just want to just watch the show and like
just vibe.
And then some shows are more rowdy. Like
Yeah.
like last night was pretty rowdy. It was really fun, but it just every show is different. And I have such a wide range of people that like my music. I'll have kids at the shows all the way to some older people, and which is really cool for me to see. But it also makes it nervous because sometimes half that crowd wants to just listen, the other crowd wants to dance and get a little rowdy and have fun. And so that's more so what I get nervous with. Like, oh man, how are they going to be tonight? And then with a tournament, I get freaking nervous with a tournament. Like, it's like golly, because I just want to play good. You know how good, how it is. You know how good you can actually play, and when you're not hitting the ball right or
For sure.
whatever, you're missing shots that you shouldn't be missing. It just makes you mad, and then
As long as it doesn't stiffen you up.
I still I get nervous,
Okay,
but it's
okay.
it's all I just you just deal with it.
Yeah, you do.
cool, man.
You do.
Yeah.
I think the thing for me was like as a singer, like I would always get nervous on stage. For some reason with sports, I don't get nervous at all.
Yeah. More excitement.
Yeah, it's definitely more excitement. And like I will say, like as soon as I got on stage, like it was kind of like no big deal. But like before I even started singing, I was like, oh my God, I can't do this. I can't do this. I can't do this.
Yeah.
And then I'll go on there and I'm like, once you're on the stage, you're kind of just like, well, I'm up here. I kind of have to now. So
Yeah, it's weird, man. So luckily, that's what I like. I always have my guitar, so that's kind of my. If I start to get nervous, I can just play a little something, and then and it works itself out. But I've always just played shows, man. I've known what it feels like to suck, and when you play shows when no one was there,
Right.
when I think it's important for people to feel that, and because when people do show up and care, that's you appreciate it so much more, and I see that a lot with some. People with TikTok, when TikTok's amazingly powerful,
right.
They write some really good songs, and then maybe they try to get out there to play a show, and they don't really know what to do.
Exactly what. Yeah,
And
right.
It's, it's a different thing, man. You got to go out there and experience, what it feels like when no one cares.
Yeah, right.
So I think that's important.
That's funny you bring up TikTok because I tell people that all the time. I'm just like, hey, if you want to be really famous, just make a really like catchy song and put it on TikTok. And
Yeah, I mean, that could be a deeper conversation, man.
for
It's
sure.
like it's even writing a hook for that. It's like 50. Our attention span is so short for 15 seconds,
Yeah.
and then the rest of that song could just be crap.
Yeah, right.
And
for
most
sure.
of the time it is.
Usually is.
And
Yeah.
not against anybody, but it's just tough,
Yeah.
you're mostly just writing like an awesome jingle,
Right.
right. Which is great. People are making tons of money,
Right.
and I think that's amazing. But there are some really amazing artists that have blown up from TikTok,
Yeah. Right.
that did it right and actually are really incredible songwriters and have figured out how to play, and actually were playing before TikTok, but,
Right.
it just really
kinda
elevated
used it as their-
and I think that's really incredible. Like Noah Khan and Zach Bryan and all those guys, they're just incredibly talented, and TikTok's just weird, man. I don't like TikTok.
It's strange. I don't either.
I'm
I don't
such
either.
a private guy anyways,
Yeah.
so,
Yeah. I do you feel like how would I ask this question in music? Well, so like I mean, when you decide to hang up your cleats, or in your case, drop the mic, you have any desire to go pro in pickleball?
Oh man, well, I don't know. I mean, that would be a lot of fun. And like, especially when I first started, and I still love. I really do love it. My wife would kind of laugh at me. She said, "What are you going to do? Be a pro now?" Because I was just into it so deep.
Like, yeah.
And I was like, "No, I'm not." And then but I do love it. It's just so fun, man. And I love playing really competitive games. And
Yeah.
I like to lose sometimes too, because that makes me realize where I'm weak at, and so I can work at it better. There's
something about progression with pickleball.
Yeah,
too.
man.
Like, everybody loves to see themselves getting better in pickleball.
Yeah, dude. And it's just there's always something. Either it can be music or whatever it is in your life. You got to get better. You can't get comfortable,
right?
And once you get comfortable, that's what causes, that it's not good.
Yeah.
So it's good to get uncomfortable. And, that's why even writing music, if I write a song and I might sing it one way and I'm recording the song and my producer's like, hey, why don't you try singing it this way or sing it a little bit higher? Hey, let's change the key. I'm like, I don't really want to do that.
Yeah, right.
It's like, but you got to try it. And then sometimes,
sometimes it works out.
Yeah. Cool. So I think it's good to be pushed.
Yeah.
So you go around, so you're doing shows everywhere, and you go around different places to play. So you obviously play with a lot of different players.
Yeah.
How is that, or why don't you explain to some of the viewers here, like that may not even play that much or just getting into the game, like how like the community of pickleball.
Oh man,
I'm sure because you meet a ton of people.
Yeah, and everyone, like I said, I would say 99% of the time people are really nice.
Yeah,
and everyone's just excited to be out there to play, and when I contact people, if that person's name or number's on that location, they're really friendly. If they can't, they'll tell me a place to go to or places to, here's another number to go call this person, and so it's really nice whenever I can come across that. Some cities are harder than others to find some people, but I guess got to get on that pickleball forum and on Facebook.
Yeah, you might have to.
But everyone's really cool, man, and that's what I love about pickleball too. Everyone, I think I've ran into just a handful of people maybe that weren't very nice.
Yeah.
And then I've been around a lot of people my entire life that I can tell when I don't want to be around somebody.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm a really easygoing guy. I'm pretty quiet and and I can loosen up if I can tell the other person's loosening up. I just don't ever want to overstep or anything like that.
Sure.
Like I said, I would totally call a ball in, if it's a foot out. I just look back and I don't want to,
whatever.
Some people get really competitive, man.
Oh, yeah.
And it gets, I'm not trying to get in any fights out there. It's like, dude, it's just a ball. We're not playing for money here,
Well, that's the thing. With that being said, I mean, what's that? If you want to, what's that 1%? What's the weirdest, wildest, worst experience that you've had? Just like, you don't have to share names or anything like that. Just
man, this is probably, I would say it's been a while. Probably like, I don't know. Might have been like 3 years ago, 3 years ago. I was in Nashville and I was playing.
Sounds about right.
And I have some really good buddies in Nashville that I play with now.
How's the pickleball? It's growing there, right?
Yeah, so I go up there a lot to record. So I live in Georgia, but I go up there a lot whenever I'm, kind of finalizing songs or whatever. And anyways, so I was up there and I found a place to go play, not with my buddies, just totally different people. And everyone there was really cool. And there's this freaking older guy, and he was. You could tell he could play tennis. He was like he was good, and I wasn't even to the level I was today. I was still okay. I was playing good with these, whoever I was playing with.
Yeah.
And man, there's a couple points, and I was still trying to be like, hey, if you want to take the ball, you take the ball.
Yeah.
And so we would miss a couple shots, or then I would actually, if he's not going to do it, I'll take it. And he said, well, you got to choose a side. I'm like, oh my gosh, So I was like, I said, you got it, dude. And so I just stuck to that left side or whatever side I was on. I was like, you get them all, man. I'm happy to lose this game. Let's just get out of here. And it's just no point in being that way.
People, for sure.
It's just like I said, you're not playing for money. If you're playing for a lot of money, like you're making a living, there's things you got to be tight on.
For sure.
But you're just out there. Just literally dinking around, it's just chill out and have a good time.
We have a very similar outlook on that. I think a lot of amateur pickleball players just take it a little bit too seriously. And that doesn't mean don't be competitive. That just means don't be a jerk.
Exactly.
Obviously, there are a lot of entitled, opinionated people out in this world, and of course some of them manage to find pickleball, and so they come into pickleball and do the exact same thing. I like pickleball forum is great because...
Did you play tennis?
No,
before?
I was a baseball player.
Okay.
I was a baseball player. So I was saying, I'm the exact opposite of you. I started music first.
Okay.
And then I always did kind of like music and some sports.
Okay.
And I was actually a golfer growing up because my dad was a golfer. And then when the Giants won the World Series in 2010, I was like, hey, Dad, golf sucks. I'm going to play baseball.
Yeah.
And he was like, what? And so I decided, like, hey, I'm going to go full into baseball. And, like, the summer of, like, 5th grade going into 6th grade, I just learned everything that I needed to learn about baseball and played baseball from 6th grade all the way up to college. And then,
awesome.
2020 happened.
College for it.
I just walked on.
Yeah,
I played for a JUCO for, like, couple months, and then the season got canceled because of COVID. So
I was asking about tennis because I've heard, maybe you might know, Jordan, is
Mm-hmm.
I've heard horror stories from tennis players, like how tough it could be, and like just from guys back at home, like when they would play tournaments, or you don't have any, I guess, really like actual line judges.
No,
just trusting that other person.
Yeah,
but also
tennis players hook like crazy.
Yeah. Also, like, tennis is just like, it's such an individualized sport, and you don't have a lot of friends out there.
Yeah,
at least in college, there's teammates and stuff like that. But like professional tennis is pretty lonely out there.
Yeah.
So pickleball is just a totally different story.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, absolutely. So, but yeah, that's probably my only story. I'm sure I've met a couple other people maybe, but that didn't make an impression on me. But I just remember that one.
Have you played a lot of or met a lot or played with a lot of different pros?
Yeah, I've gotten to play with several pros. Who's
your favorite pro besides me?
I don't know if I have a favorite pro, but so Ron Nunnery, he's been a friend, and I've gotten to meet him a long time ago, and he's a good dude. I love. Yeah. We just played a little tournament together, and.
Was it like a cash game or something?
No, it was raising money with Danny Werfel, and
cool.
And I hadn't been playing, dude. My album, this was only like a month and a half ago or something. My album had been out. I'd just been traveling, and and I told Rob, said, dude, you take as many balls as you can. I said, I'm going to be really bad, and I was really bad. And it's a serious tournament. Like,
really?
I told Rob, I said, hey, this is not fun. I said, this is for real.
I thought it was. You said charity or something. No?
It is, but it's for real.
But it's pickleball. People don't mess around in pickleball tournaments.
No, it's like for real. And I told him that. I said, dude, you don't take it easy. I said, hit it to because it was a pro-am, so it was
okay.
And I said, you hit it to that other,
whoever you need to
don't hit it
to
the pro,
right?
And so I was just missing shot. I was just playing. I hadn't been playing, and so I love Rob, but I've gotten to meet some of his buddies as well, and they were really fun. I've gotten to do a couple little pro-am things, and several pros. Yeah, I can't tell you all the ones I've hit with, but all of them have been really cool.
Awesome,
it was a good time.
Any of them you don't like, besides me?
Be honest with you, I couldn't tell you. I don't really
doesn't have any enemies.
Fair.
Yeah, no enemies. Yeah, everyone.
Good man.
I'm good. I just treat people how I want to be treated. It's
my motto, man.
Yeah,
I love
He's
that.
just having fun on.
I love that.
touring and playing.
Yeah, dude.
If I lived in Georgia, I feel like we'd hang out a lot.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But I live a little out in the country, so
Gotta live and learn, man. I gotta see the rest of the world, man. I've lived in a city my whole life, so seeing a desert, like living in a desert now, I'm like, whoa, this is weird. So I mean, actually, the PPA Atlanta is in like Peachtree. Do I have that right?
So it's the PPA, yeah.
Peachtree, Georgia.
Yeah, and then the APP is usually in Griffin.
Right.
I heard the Peachtree is a nice facility.
It is nice.
It's far
out.
The Lifetime, right?
It's the Lifetime, the big Lifetime.
Yeah, it's nice for the pros.
Yeah. It is nice. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, why?
That's
so it's
perfectly
it's
said.
not nice for the amateurs, you mean?
No, I didn't play it last year. I think I had some friends play it last year, and they said it was a little better.
No, I've seen the courts you guys have played on. It's not.
It's kind of. It could be a little rough.
It's pretty rough.
Yeah,
it's pretty rough. We use those as practice courts.
Yeah.
So
and you guys use those as tournament courts.
Yeah, I think I saw one year. I saw Jay DeVilliers.
Yeah.
He was playing on one of the courts. I was like, no way he's happy about this right now.
He was playing a match.
Not the worst ones, but just on one of those courts that were up top, and
tape lines, temp net.
Yeah. I was like, oh man, I would be pissed.
That's PPA for you though sometimes, man.
But yeah, I mean it's always fun, and then luckily I got to work my way up and play on those, because when you get on the real courts, man, it would be a totally different grip of the ball when it would bounce and all that stuff, but APP was when I played that one, that was great. Even all the amateurs got a
ref,
not a judge. I keep thinking it. And ref, and really cool. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. Not quite as many players, I think.
Right.
but still was a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, the APP is a very good tour in terms of like amateur, pro, all of it. The PPA is definitely a little bit more favors the pro side a little bit more.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you go on the pickleball forum, you'll see a lot of unhappy campers with the PPA.
Yeah.
But I mean, I've seen a lot of hey, but let's boycott the PPA.
Yeah.
And yet still every PPA tournament has over 1,000 people in it.
Yeah.
So no one's really listening
Tough,
to it.
right?
But,
Yeah.
but you'll see some wild
How do y'all
things
like?
on the pickleball
Do y'all
forum.
like the MLP? Watching that?
I do.
I do. I think it's a
enjoy
really
it.
cool format.
Yeah. Something different. You know?
Yeah. The only time I really watch pickleball is when I'm watching film or
Yeah.
trying to figure something out. Otherwise, sometimes I will say like I have a hard time watching pickleball.
Yeah.
I prefer to play it for sure.
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is your Uber here?
I think so. I don't know.
Okay.
I need to check. Sorry.
Uh-oh.
I don't want to
check it real quick, and then we'll end it.
Yeah.
Probably is, huh?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Let me see.
Got a scheduled Uber
All
here?
right.
What's going on?
All right.
Let's see.
Phillips. Well, he might have to go, but
Wait, hold on. Let me see. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, it's here. Sorry.
Okay.
Let's see. If we
Hey,
can get
man.
a proper ending.
we really appreciate you coming out, and I enjoyed playing, and maybe if you're free tomorrow, we could get some games.
Yeah, man. I'll
yeah,
definitely let you know. I appreciate it. Appreciate it. And this is a lot of fun, y'all. Yeah.
Yeah.
Love
Yeah.
to play some more for sure.
All right.
having you,
let
man.
us know when you're in Arizona again, dude.
Heck yeah.
All right, guys.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys. See you next one.